Transverse fracture, comparison of stability with 3 methods using the OSKit. The OSKit consists of 2 fracture models, 2 plates, and 3 screw types. The fracture models are an oblique fracture and a transverse fracture. There are 2 plates, an 11-hole and a 17-hole plate. The plate holes can be used in a standard or a locking mode, depending on which screw is used. There are 3 different types of screws. The olive green ones represent standard Cortex screws. The light grey ones represent lag screws, and the silver ones, with the 3 pins in the head, represent locking screws. The oblong-shaped screw shaft of the standard Cortex screw should be lined up along the long axis of the bone. This screw achieves purchase in the cortex by turning it 90 degrees in the oblong hole in the bone. When inserting the locking screw, ensure the 3 pins in the head of the screw line up with the indentations in the plate hole. This screw also achieves purchase in the cortex by turning the oblong-shaped screw shaft 90 degrees. The fracture is first fixed with a short plate using standard Cortex screws. A short plate is then used with locking screws. Finally, a long plate is applied using locking screws. After the completion of each fixation, the stability is tested by gently bending and twisting the model. For this exercise, the transverse fracture model, 4 standard Cortex screws, 4 locking screws, and the short and long plates are needed. Short plate and standard Cortex screws. The short plate is applied to the transverse fracture model. The plate is placed so that the fixation is balanced. 4 standard Cortex screws are positioned in a near-far configuration. The screws are gently turned 90 degrees to obtain optimal purchase. Once the fixation is complete, the stability is tested by gently bending and twisting the model. Remember the degree of stability achieved. Short plate and locking screws. Now the short plate is applied in the same manner, but this time with locking screws. Ensure the 3 pins in the head of the screw line up with the indentations in the plate hole before turning the screw 90 degrees. The stability is tested by gently bending and twisting the model, comparing it to the fixation with standard Cortex screws. Finally, the long plate is applied and held with locking screws in the same near-far configuration. The stability achieved is tested and compared to the 2 previous models.